All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. All right, welcome back. I'm working on the Titanfall 3 video as we speak. I was in the middle of it, actually. I was downloading Apex because I haven't played Apex in a while, and Titanfall has a lot of hackers right now. I think every game has hackers right now. I don't know what's going on, but hey, it is what it is. I'm trying to make some Titanfall videos for you guys. You know, I'm a little behind on it, but I'm working on it, and it'll be out today, so be patient with me. But what I'm trying to show you guys today is obviously what you're seeing in the thumbnail and seeing in the title is some very dumb, I'd say articles, some very dumb articles. These articles are some of the dumbest articles that I've ever seen, and I've never been able to really wrap my head around some of the stuff that I see all the time. And right now I'm just trying to pull it up for you guys, make sure that I get it correctly for you. But it's some of the dumbest stuff that I've seen. And I'm not trying to belittle the people who make these. I'm not trying to belittle the platform that makes these. I'm just showing you guys how paradigms and ideas work and how they infiltrate the gaming community, and that if we don't pay attention to these things and we just have these people who just play the games and they don't ever speak out about what's wrong or right or what they believe to be wrong or right, whether they are wrong or right, there's going to be ideas and paradigms pushed that are going to squeeze us and then make gaming no longer what we believe it to be. Remember, at least I remember, and most of you should remember, when gaming was just about the video game. Was it a good video game? I can't speak right now. Or was it not a good video game? And now gaming has become such a political, money-hungry system because people have now gotten into gaming and seen, you know, how big of a market it is that they can now employ their own interests, their own paradigms, and their own political advantages within them. And we're not going to go for that. We can't let that happen. And it's not something that we should fight against, but instead we should fight for something. But in order to bring light to darkness, we have to understand how darkness uses their measures or how evil uses their measures. Now, again, I'm not calling anybody evil for saying any of this stuff. This is just their opinion. But again, we all know how this stuff works. When they start pushing the stuff I'm going to show you, it doesn't just stop with one article. They keep going, and they keep going. So today, we're going to review this. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I was reading before I got on, my daily cup of G Fuel in the morning that I happen to be reading, and we're going to go over it. All right, this is the first one I got to show you. All right, this is the first one I'm going to show you. This title is by Tech Radar, and who wrote this? I think I don't know who exactly is the author of this. I don't know. I'm not going to go all the way down. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to give you any clout. I'm not, because I don't know how big this video gets. If it's small, it is what it is. But if it gets big, we're not giving her any clout. You can find this on your... Oh, Rosaria Blue. I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. There you go. Rosaria Blue. Anyways, how Black Girl Gamers is changing the gaming landscape for the better. That's the title. That's the title. Not what kind of game is changing the landscape. Not the story of the video game, none of that. I don't know how gaming, the gaming landscape is being changed by something called Black Girl Gamers. I don't know how a race can make or better or worse a video game genre. I don't know that. I don't understand the deliberate racism agenda that we're seeing throughout the media and seeing now trying to be pushed into gaming. All right? So again, I'm not against it. I'm not against black girls. I'm not against gamers that are black. I'm not against any of that. I'm not against LGBTQ people who are black or in gamers. I don't care. I don't care what you are. Don't care what you claim to be. Just talk about the game. Talk about what happens in the game. Talk about how the gaming is. Talk about the community of gaming. But don't come out here and try to say that a race is making gaming better. Gaming does not get made better because a race and a sex automatically gets together and starts working. That's not what happens. The gaming community can only grow by working together and creating good video games. That's it. That's it. It doesn't have to get any more detailed than that, guys. That's it. If you work together and everybody comes together to make a great video game, we all win. In the story. All right? I don't care if it's an LGBTQ creator. I don't care if it's an LGBTQ person. As long as the game is good and it tells a good story, it's okay. That's something The Last of Us 2 doesn't do. It didn't do. All right, we don't care that she was bi, gay, trans. We don't care. Nobody cares about that. We're saying that it was a bad video game. The story was bad. How hard was that for y'all? But moving on, this is what they're saying. The first thing I noticed when I first seen it, I was like, oh, here we go. Another one of these clickbait titles that I'm going to have to read just because I'm drawn in, like everybody's drawn in, and it's there to get emotional reaction out of it. But where I was like, you know, I'm not going to really look at it is when I seen, or when I said I wasn't going to look at it, and then what made me want to look at it was this right here, fighting the good fight. Now, the only good fight I know as a Christian is Yeshua, Jesus Christ. But even if you're not a Christian, the only good fight that I know is fighting for good video games. That's the only good fight I know in the gaming community. As long as that's happening, and as long as we're not, out here trying to create division amongst ourselves for pitiless reasons, because gaming has never been about race, it has never been about gender, it has nothing to do with those stuffs. It's just about creating a good video game that you can enjoy, sit down, relax in, and have fun. That's all video games were. Or be competitive, depending on the game that you like. There's different genres. So where this good fight is that they're saying, I have no clue. I don't know. So it starts off by, again, saying Black Girl Gamers is a multi-platform age and LGBTQIA plus 698. Okay, you get what I'm saying. All right, cool. This stuff right here, this inclusive online gaming community of over 6,000 Black women united in their love of gaming. So obviously you can only join this if you're a Black woman, clearly. So again, they're subjugating and pronouncing that white girls can't join, or Chinese girls can't join that are LGBTQ. It's not inclusive. So how could they already label something that is exclusive, Black girl gamers and LGBTQ, that it's inclusive? It's exclusive. You have to be a certain way to get it. Was Hitler's regime inclusive? That's like saying, yo, the Nazi party is very inclusive. How? They exclude a whole race, a whole few races. It makes no sense. Moving on. I'm just getting started. Originally a Facebook group, it now has a community of around 50,000 followers on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Okay, cool. That's what they have, right? What have I told multiple times on this channel about numbers? That's what they feed into. They're not going to pay attention to you unless you got numbers. They play the numbers game. And what they don't understand is that the numbers game never works in your favor. Even when it seems like it works in your favor, it's just like time. When you think time works in your favor and you think that you control time, it'll flip real quick, just like a paradigm. It will flip real quick. Ask anybody right now who was famous early on in their career and when they get older. Everybody's going to get older. Everybody's going to see their numbers dwindle. They're going to see their time dwindle. Every second you breathe, every step you take, your number on your life is going down and down and down. Stop playing the numbers game. Stop it. It doesn't work. Even on these followers with Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, if you do things for followers, if you pay attention to followers, subscribers, likes, dislikes, it's going to create this sense that you're only worth it if you have a certain number. And that's what they're creating here. Instead of pushing Black women, instead of pushing people, but just Black women for this article, instead of pushing them, they're subjugating them to a number and to followers. When we already know the primary of what goes on Instagram a lot is these women that only care about their followers and taking pictures just to gain followers and clout. This is pushing that agenda to young women that really don't have an understanding of it, but clicked on it because they happen to be Black and a gamer. That's what's happening. And that's what it takes to make it on Tech Radar, or what it takes to make it on IGN or GameSpot. It's creating a false narrative, and it's harming the youth that play video games. But moving on. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? It runs a Discord group with channels that cater to subgroups within its community. All right. And guest hosts Black female streamers on its Twitch channel. In its 5-year life, it has put up a number of important events, like its Gamers Girls Night In and its recent online gaming summit sponsored by Twitch. Black Girl Gamers was created in 2015, by author and UK influencer J. Ann Lopez. Frustrated with racism and misogyny she as a Black woman experienced in gaming. Okay, number one, I have no problem with that being said. Is what it is. I get it. I understand it. Fine. I get it. Got you. Happens to everybody. But you think you're the only person who goes through racism, huh? How many times have I been called the N-word? Oh, I actually have like 4 videos on my other channel about that. Oh, let's just continue. How about how many times I've heard a white man be called the C word or any other thing multiple times? I mean, listen, you're not the only one who goes through these things. And if you're getting bullied, if you're getting racism, if you're getting misogyny in the gaming community, you know what the easiest way to deal with it is? Mute them! Mute them! Or back out the lobby. That's it. If they're tweaking in your Twitch chat, how many times have you guys seen me do this? Some of you who are familiar with the channel. Just kick them. Just ban them. It's that simple. Again, these are people who went through elementary school. If they had bullying, which I'm not saying bullying doesn't exist, but if they were bullied and bullying happened, instead of them understanding that if I just don't talk to them, if I just don't give them attention, or maybe if I just whoop their ass, it'll work. But again, I'm not condoning violence, These are people who were not taught at an early age, or even at an early age, didn't understand that as they moved on in life, that the only way to combat stuff like this is to ignore and forgive. I mean, it's so simple. And it's not, again, I'm not coming at the person who made it. I don't care. I really don't. I'm coming at the article. The fact that this article from Tech Radar was even promoted, why this is even news, is beyond me. If it was white male gamers, nobody would flinch an eye. It's unbelievable. Moving forward to the one that I really wanted to talk about, that I really seen that was like, dude, what the fuck? Is new study shows Xbox gamers are more toxic than PlayStation users. Now, my channel and my community happens to be a lot more Xbox than it is PlayStation. Now, you guys know me. I don't give a damn what console you're on. I could care the fuck less. I've owned every console up to this point except the Xbox One, and I've played on the Xbox One many times, just not my preferred console. Now, I happen to be a PlayStation user, and I don't think that there's a more toxic person than me on Call of Duty sometimes. Now, I'm not out here calling people, racist words and slurs and stuff like that, but I will tell you that you suck at the game, and I will tell you to get better. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, I've been playing Call of Duty for a while. I grew up in that age that if you suck and you want to talk smack to me, you're going to get it right back. All right? That just is what it is. And I grew up with trolls. It was fun to troll in S&D. It was fun to do stuff like that, which I'm going to show you why Call of Duty is being referenced in my history right now. So it also reveals that Animal Crossing gamers aren't as relaxed as you think. Animal Crossing, huh? Okay, yeah, as if Animal Crossing is somehow the most toxic game out there. A new study by Barry Puss Aggression Questionnaire has surveyed that 1,000 gamers to determine which console users are more toxic when it comes to online gameplay. Why people always gotta point out the negative about gaming? It makes no sense to me. Why couldn't they do a survey to see which one's the most peaceful, which one's the most relaxed, which community? How about we push that stuff? How about we push the good stuff in gaming? Why does our community always got to get the toxic stuff? Why? Not every game, not every community, not every person plays, not every Xbox player plays Call of Duty, Battlefield, FIFA, Animal Crossing with aggression. It just happens that the 2 games that you showed, the 3 games, you can really say Battlefield at this point, are garbage. So they're so garbage that when people play them, they get frustrated because they're garbage. If the game was good, people wouldn't get upset at them. You guys know me in Modern Warfare. Whew. I mean, it goes on. And then it goes on and says, when broken down in terms of consoles, Xbox scored the highest in physical aggression. What physical aggression? Are we talking about raging? Are we talking about breaking stuff? Because, I mean, Lord, every game that happens. That happens on every game, everywhere. I rage on every game. If it's Doom Eternal, if it's Minecraft, I don't care. I'm going to get upset. Because when things don't go my way, I'm going to get upset and frustrated. So that when I get upset and frustrated, it means I care. That way I can improve the game. And this is something Ninja had to break down for you. Oh, let me not come out and get out of character. For you numbnuts, for you dinguses, Ninja had to come out and explain that for y'all. Oh my goodness, man. This stuff right here just don't make no sense, man. Verbal aggression, anger, and hostility. What? Have y'all ever played a game? Have y'all ever if you don't like somebody, if you have an issue with it, just mute them. Moving on, man. On top of the Xbox findings, the data also revealed that Animal Crossing players, I didn't even know Animal Crossing was on Xbox, but for those of you who play the game, my bad. Players are some of the most aggressive and that Minecraft players are the most hostile. Also, if you are wondering how many controllers were smashed out of the sample set, a total of 438 Xbox and PS4 controllers were intentionally damaged in anger in the past 12 months. Your article is toxic. I mean, I can't make this shit up, man. Bullshit. Just to feed trolls and console words. Superior, super scientific. Oh my goodness. Anyways, man, I had to show you guys this. Again, I usually don't want to talk about the negative, but I noticed that in order to just silence some of these people and to get them to stop talking about it, we have to talk about it. Like, it's something that has to be shown. There's people who, if I'm not going to say nothing, if we're not going to say nothing as a community, they're just going to continue to make these articles and think it's okay. And you're going to have these groups who come out and they basically segregate, because that's exactly what they're doing when they say black girl gamers. You're segregating yourself from the community. That's exactly what you're doing. You're not being inclusive, you're being exclusive, and you're only controlling a certain narrative. So if we don't talk about it, if somebody doesn't talk about it, I mean, they're just going to continue to put out these articles. And again, this was not something that I planned to make. It's not something that I came out to do or to make that. It was just something that I seen, And I definitely wanted to talk about the Xbox One more because it was literally the dumbest stuff I've ever seen. I know more people who play Xbox than I know PlayStation. And I think the Xbox gamers that I play with are some of the best Xbox gamers. Shout out to Uncanny and some of you guys who come on the channel all the time. You guys are some of the best gamers I've ever seen and some of the least toxic that I've played with. Again, I play Valorant, and I don't understand how Valorant, CSGO, and Call of Duty on PC aren't more toxic than Minecraft and Animal Crossing. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that Animal Crossing and Minecraft are more toxic than games like Valorant and CSGO, which are made purposely for competitive, and competitive breeds toxicness. That's literally what competitive games are most of the time, is toxicness, because people get frustrated. But again, these articles aren't out to tell the truth. These articles aren't out to help the gaming community. They're out to push a narrative. They're out to push and separate us as gamers because they understand how close we are and how powerful we can be with our voices, and they just want to see us fail and not succeed. And on this channel, we don't go for that. We're going to succeed, we're going to grow, and we're going to continue to push that gaming is not a hindrance, but instead it's a way of coming together and sharing different ideas, different understandings, most importantly, different paradigms, so that we can all grow and be one with each other. I don't understand how these happen. I don't get it, and honestly, I don't care. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, hope you have a wonderful day. Apex video, Titanfall video coming out for you guys. Most likely in a few hours, about 4 or 5 hours, maybe, depending on how I get everything done. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Zyzy. Bless up, God bless, and gamers, please, please wear that armor, man. Wear that armor. Wear that armor that keeps you deflecting this stuff. Have a good one, boys. I'll see y'all later, and girls, and girls.